No matter who you are, I think we all can agree on one thing. Cars on the Road's most controversial thing to begin with was their first two releases. We're talking from everything. It was two color changers, both being Revo Cost and Dash Jammin'. Now, these two cars were only controversial for one reason and one reason alone. That being, they looked eerily similar to other cars that Mattel has already made, just with slight modifications. Now, a lot of people were upset about this because they called it lazy, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw them, I was not mad that they were, you know, lazy. I thought they were I was mad because they were color changers, and I kind of like mainline diecast better. If you know me, you'll know that I would rather have the mainline diecast before the color changers any day, because I don't buy a lot of color changers. But with those two, it made the entire whole. Most of everybody was mad about it. I was one of the ones that decided to take some time, breathe, think, and realized that for the time that these cars were built, this is what they would look like, and that they're built for speed only. So of course they look like some of the race cars that we've already had. But if you were mad about it, cry about it. Then just the releases in general were just weird, because then the first wave of on the road diecast that we got were of course McQueen and Mater, but then Speed Demon, which those were the only three. Then we started moving on, and we got a Dats, a Revo, Royce Revsley, and then we got Sarah Cogs and Noriyuki, and then recently Gearston Marshall. So the question is, as bad as it started off, did the Salt Flat Racers get better? Well, we're about to find out. Now, concerning the Cars on the Road diecast for the Salt Flats, I, like a lot of other people, did have some concerns. When we first saw them all come out for the color changers, Dash Jammin' and Revo Cost both had black tires, which I didn't think was a problem. And then the Salt Flat Racers started getting released slowly, and we saw that they all had white tires to represent, the salt. Which, okay, I don't mind that, but it's kind of the fact that every Salt Flat character that we saw touching the ground, from Noriyuki and Sarah Cogs, people who didn't even race, to the racers themselves, who we never saw race, mind you, being Revo Cost and Dash Jammin', all have white tires. I don't mind that. The one problem that I do have is that Gearston Marshall, they gave black tires to. I don't know why they gave him black tires, but they did. And it's not only that. I think it's also just the accumulating effects of, I'm pretty sure every other Cars on the Road Salt Flat race car has these just not black tires. They're all like, the only one that makes sense for is, Speed Demon. But anyway, after that little rant, honestly, the Salt Flat characters are some of the most creative. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, they're, like I said earlier, they're not really loved, but I don't mind them. The one problem I have is that, okay, Revocaus is supposed to have a purple nose and it's just dark blue. And this is something else that I've noticed. They all have different numbers, which I think is kind of cool. But the one main problem that I have with Mattel on these diecasts is, for some of them, they did a great job with paint. Looks exactly like it's supposed to. But did anybody else realize that on the camera you really can't tell? But if you hold your Speed Demon up to a bright light, it turns, like, on the camera it's black. It's fine, but in real life, like, let's see, let me get this any closer. You see how it kind of turns green? Like, that's the one question I have. Why is, actually, let's see this piece. Yeah, there we go. You notice how it turns green? Why is Speed Demon green? Like, in the show, Speed Demon was black all around. And for Mattel, they made Speed Demon green and gray. And also it's more plastic than metal, which is besides the point. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And the next video, I think, will be the best of all the Cars on the Road diecast, because it will be of some of my more favorite ones. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.